Hello. It's been a bit. It's me. We're doing demo review, as you can see by the scene. Kings vs Bulls. I was thinking about doing this POV from Twig, but I think I'm just going to watch the late game in general. It was an interesting late game. Still another 20 minutes or so of this game. So we'll see how that goes. But, yeah. Hopefully this is okay. Twig do be slamming. Hopefully my audio balance is fine. Because the gameplay's a little bit loud for me, but normally when it's a little bit loud for me, it's fine. In the game. Let's go POV for a bit. Anyway, there's a couple interesting bits of this game. I really thought the sort of meta game in the team fights later on was interesting. In how Twig had to try and pilot this Vamana in order to win. Nice little juke of the pluck there. Yeah, I think we'll just go not first person. Things I think got kind of walled off there by his own Yamoja. Got trapped in and ended up going down. But yeah, this is sort of, in terms of the comps, the Bolts comp, they're looking for picks. You know that they're a pick-based comp. Once they get one kill, they can definitely accelerate. They can bait you around corners if they get 1 for 0 and start plucking you in. They've got the Stinger and the Freya. They're very single target, really, and they have great lockdown between the Sorobek and the Serb. The Raven, I don't know if I love the Raven in this comp that much. It's good for diving the pos, but that's about it. And here you go. They wait on a corner. They find Twig. They kill Twig with the Stinger. Venenu didn't... Oh, he didn't use the Stinger. He didn't retrieve it, I guess. Unlucky. Bad fight if you don't retrieve the Stinger. And then they get another pluck onto Variety. Terrible camera work, but there by me. My bad. And they get 2 picks. And that's exactly what this Bolts comp was kind of built to do. They want to Sobek pluck in front line and kill them. You'll see that there is a slight counter to this. Well, you never really see it this game. But Genetics, I think, tries it a few times, is to try and stop people getting plucked by throwing his 3 on the other side of them and bouncing them back when they get plucked. Which is an interesting little meta game here as well. I think, actually, you know what? This is going to feel bad. Oh, never mind. It didn't take me back far enough. I'm pretty sure that Variety didn't beads because maybe it was just bad support player, solo lane player beads mechanics, but he didn't beads the Sobek pluck in that last pick off there in mid. I think because Genetics said he was going to 3 it, but Genetics mistimed the 3. I guess I don't know. It wasn't quite on. Oh, there's one. Ben gets caught lazy backing, cancels his back, and then he dies. Ank was used onto Twig by Jake. Important to note that Jake has that Ank, by the way. That will be significant this game. Double shell on the backline as well. I wonder if one of them should have gone Ank. Kraken absolutely tickles at this point in the game. I don't know if it's just this build that people do, but there's this period where I feel like Pos feels so weak into frontline especially. Even though you've got the coin, I just feel like he does no damage. Even at this point in the build, even when he gets the Reaver, I feel like he's super weak between like finishing Doom Orb and finishing Boomba's Hammer. Maybe it's just me, though. I feel like he's very, very weak. Anyway, let's fast forward a bit. Twig farming up left. There's probably nothing's going to happen for a bit, right? Surely. Surely we're going to have a bit of downtime to relax. I'll just double speed it so I can talk and still spectate. Another interesting strategy we saw from the Kings this game, which we'll see in team fights, was opening up with Chiron ults. It was cool. It was like Reels used to do this a long time ago on Ram. Start fights with Ram ults and just poke people down. Netroid was doing so much damage at the start of some fights with the Chiron ult, and that was clearly the plan. I think some of the ideas the Kings had in this set were really, really good. Sometimes their execution wasn't quite there. I'd be really interested to see if they could figure out how to make things like this Chiron ult initiation a little bit cleaner and not force it as much as they did. Sometimes I feel like they rushed it. If they can make their strategy with Vamana work better, I'll be interested to see if they can keep Vamana working in the jungle. But yeah, we'll keep an eye out for in team fights. I'll talk about it now. So basically, they tried to split the team fights so that the person with the Ank, the Sobek, was frontlining, and Twig would look for a flank, look to come around the side, look to engage Like almost as soon as Jake was engaging with his pluck, he would be looking to engage on the back line, getting onto them and making sure he just can't die if he doesn't get anked, really. If it's just the AMC and the Freya on him, there's just going to be a brawlers, there's no Serb passive, there's no Ank, there's no Sobek 3. He's going to be able to survive through that and win the fights, especially with what he goes in the end, which is a... Oh, by the way, Snipe's coming through onto Haddix. Nice 3 by Genetics on that one. Ank was used onto Twig, so he probably... No, he walks through the emoji and will get out. Variety in trouble. He's surely dead, yeah. Stingered and picked off. Stingered and focused out. Again, one by one, they bring them down. No AoE is one of the weaknesses of this Bolt's comp, by the way. They really lack AoE. Are they going to get 3 here? Nice dash out by Netshoid. Netshoid's such a good player, decision-making wise, and staying alive. I think he's really, really good. Really safe, really consistent most of the time. When was it was it Worlds? He absolutely threw. Anyway, FG, by the way. 2 pickoffs. And when you have damage from Freya and AMC, you can do FG, no problem. Will be let go by the remaining members of the King. So let's see what they opt to do on defense. I think they look for a pick here. So let's keep an eye on that. They go for the... Is this called the Sino or the Andy? This is either Andy or Sino likes to do this. I think it's Andy. I think it's just... Snoopy told me about it. I've never teamed with either of them. They just group up and go do stuff. So they start gold here. They think, nah, let's not do gold. Let's look for a pick instead. They group up here on these walls. See the pings coming out. No vision here, but... So if you're the Bolts right now and you see nothing on the map, it's incredibly suspicious. I think this plan was too long coming. You see this wave in mid, you see this wave in solo, you have all these wards. You could probably see from the animations as you walk up that they're not on Gold Fury. So they're picking out the purple. They want to go, at least they want to go early before they would see them. But look, Jake has now seen they're not on Gold Fury. So he's like, watch out, still watch out. They go onto Haddix, but it's a tank. He gets a massive ult. Ank comes through onto Twig. Variety becomes the target. Snipes from Netroid don't really connect. Twig will get out, but no way out for Genetics in this one. So they go for the play. They lose their support, their Emoja, their healer, their best base defense tools are gone as well. In the Emoja ult is the best one. Chiron ult's not bad. Vamana ult's okay. Not so great on base defense, to be honest. Much better in like FG fights and stuff like this. And they end up losing this Phoenix because they're against Double Hunter. Oh, that should have really been a kill onto Twig. That was hilariously misplayed. He has no beads, by the way. He went for the Ank himself. Blink Ank. I think that the Ank from Twig here kinda shit. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't have personally done it. I'm not sure if his thinking here was like if he gets anked, he can counter Ank and they'll be taking increased damage as well from the healing they're receiving from the Ank. That does work, right? I'm sure it does. Pretty sure anyway. And I guess it works on the Serve passive as well, and Sobek 3, but it doesn't feel great in this situation. But he somehow makes it work. He's a better player than I am, that's for sure. I do love playing Vamana though. I mean, maybe he's not. Maybe I am better. Who knows? Gold Fury. Picked up nice ult round the back from the Laspra here. See the disengage. Successful. Fish thrower putting some damage out, and Twig gets onto the backside here and just goes crazy. Look at him. Look at him swinging. Ank. Looks like there is no Ank on him here. It was maybe used earlier on. What's the cooldown on that? 100? No, it was used at the start of that fight. I don't know if it didn't hit Twig. Didn't seem to be onto him while he was ulting, so maybe the Sobek anked the RTO. Look at all these wards, by the way. 1, 2, 3. Crazy. Should we look at the player damage? There you go, player damage. I'm suspecting. I remember that I'm recording a video. I'm not just talking into the void. 22k for Venenu at the top. A lot of that going to be poke damage with the 3, but also, you know, does put out the damage when he gets a chance, for sure. And now you've got a problem. If you're the Kings, you've got to decide how are we going to deal with fire minions pushing down the left-hand side when we have no teleport on our RTO. Most teams these days have been going teleport. This game Variety wanted blink beads. I guess the blink kind of makes sense. Maybe he wants to be the first initiator because they have a Umoja. So they want the Vamana and the REO to be able to initiate, to be able to dive. The Umoja is going to play as almost a backliner in this game. Especially into what they're up against. The Umoja's job is to, get good ults, get good threes, and 2 people on cooldown and keep people alive. Try and prevent those plugs from coming out as well with her 3, which we don't see a whole lot of success out of Genetics in this game, but he is good at it. Pyro will be grabbed, and we're about to see... I did watch a bit of this back earlier too. And here you go, just look at Netroid. Look at the damage he puts out here. It's absolutely crazy. And he splits it. I don't know if that's good or bad that he split it here. But you look at how low Barra and Van are on the disengage. I feel like this FG spawned a little bit sooner. Maybe we could have seen a better play. But Barra opts to back. Van opts to stay. And I don't know. This takes a bit to set up just because FG doesn't come up for a bit. Still flashing now. There it comes. And by this point, they've lost confidence in pulling it, I feel like. They decide not to. They've not pulled the trigger, and now you're in trouble because your left Phoenix is going to die, or you're going to have to take a 4v5 on the Fire Giant. No global presence from them. Twig backs on a ward. This is a really nice ward to have if you're the bolts. These wards are really, really valuable. It's really bad for the Kings that this much vision, and there's one here, and there's one here. The amount of vision that the bolts have here is really, really good for them on this FG. They should win the fight pretty much because of that. But you see Twig went back, cleared out half a wave. Wave hitting the Titan. They're like, fuck it. We're not giving up EFG. I maybe would have called to... I don't know how hard it is with Freya AMC. Maybe a 4v5 even with EFG smacking them isn't possible. I would admit that's maybe what I would have called. But I've been out of the league for a while for a reason. So yeah, it's interesting they opt to just give up this Geoside Phoenix. They say, no, we're going to contest EFG as a 5. Our Titan's not going to die. Like, if our Titan's going to die, we'll back. But other than that, we're not backing. We're fighting. So let's have a look at how this team fight comes together. I think they try and pick off Haddix here. They catch him with a nice 3. But I don't think there's any kill potential, really, down to about half. And look at Twig here, round the side, looking to see if he can get in. Sobek isolated from his carries now. So that's the way they want to force this fight. Twig just staying away from the Sobek. He has to as well because he has no beads. If he gets plucked, he dies. This FG pull, never going to amount to anything. I like the Bracer of Brilliance, by the way. Big fan of that item. Variety blinks in onto the background. And now, see, they know that the Sobek is here. The Sobek has anked on the front side. And so that just gives these frontliners room to dive. I think this is a great... plan of... Oh, he's bare form. There we go. Great plan of action. A great planned out team fight by the Kings. I think they're one of the best teams at doing this. They end up getting both backliners. Their backline survives because there's a Umoja there spamming her 3 on them. And they use, I guess, good relic usage by Big Man maybe, and Boomba's hammer keeps him alive, presumably, because it's incredibly OP. Nerf Boomba's hammer. It did get, but it has been changed in the upcoming patch. EFG now. For the Kings, still got that nicely placed Bracer of Brilliance. I maybe would have dropped it somewhere like here so you could get the vision, but because it is a sentry ward too. But I'm splitting hairs at this point. And yeah, that'll be an EFG for the Kings. Left Phoenix still down, but they don't mind too much on that one. They're gonna get the chance to push this out. Lasper has to ult away, and we have EFG on all 5 members of the Kings. Now another little point of contention I have with the plan for the Kings here. If I am the Kings in this situation, you'll see it coming up in a bit, the way that they siege. I would never be looking to 5v5 here, because it just means the Ankh is with the Vamana guaranteed. Ankh does own Vamana. I know it's not unplayable, but it's pretty fucking close. If you get Ankh and you're Vamana, you're probably gonna die. And also the fact that Twig doesn't have beads, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's why they don't want to send him off on his own, or to do like a 2 in right or a 2 in mid. But yeah, they all push out these left waves. They group up here, and they end up going into the left Phoenix, as we'll see in a minute. So originally they sent Twig off the mid to clear out some waves. Doesn't last very long. He's used his dash, so they know he's going to be committing to the wave at least. Left hand side, they're going to slow down, wait for the minions. Genetics is actually going to 3 these. He's a bit of a nerd, isn't he? Bit of a nerd, that genetics. Oh, and again, they Chiron ulted, by the way, straight away. Variety went to the back line, and they end up in a poor forced fight. Emoji ult is kind of late, and now Twig's in there. He gets anked, and he dies to the pluck. In the end, you know what? I kind of poor camera control again. So there you go. Look, the blink. So the plan here is like Variety blink stun, snipes on top. Maybe you hit two snipes, force a beads, force Barra really low and out of the fight. But it was just a little bit forced in my opinion. They also made it so that Twig ends up in a fight where he gets anked, which I hate. I feel like with EFG, Twig is such a threat on the mid Phoenix, even on his own or on the right side. I mean, you've got so much time on this FG still. Like, it's still, you know, 2.5 minutes. No, not 2.5 minutes. 2 minutes of FG? No, not 2 minutes of FG. Bit less than 2. Bit less than 2 minutes? Maths. I don't know. So it's 2.5. Yeah, about 1.5 minutes of FG at this point left. I don't have the nice timer that they have on the... I don't know if... Can you... I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to press too many buttons in Spectator here. I'll end up shutting down servers somehow. Anyway, so they give up on that left Phoenix. Or do they? Spoilers, they don't. So they go for Primal Fury. This is just... like classic clean smite would just be to go this Gold Fury, go back to base and be like, okay guys, so we lost our FG. That's unfortunate. But I really like this call by the Kings. I would never call this. Just walk down left. Fuck it. They check. There are no wards here. They know they dewarded this one. They walk in, and they just grab this Phoenix with their EFG. I love it. Such a nice play. And all 5 members of the Bolts channel their backs, worried that there might be an end attempt, and 3 of them will go back. The frontliners stay. That means they don't even get Pyromancer. The panic was so big. There's a huge outplay there by the Kings in terms of map play. Now we can fast forward. Next fight will be a Fire Giant fight, I'm sure. Haddix does have a teleport, so can deal with Fire Waves on the left-hand side, although I'm pretty sure they end up sending Mr. Laspro over there. Sip of water. Remember and hydrate, everybody. Stay hydrated. It's Thursday, by the way, for me. Friday, SPL tomorrow. Can't remember if the games are good tomorrow or not. I'll have to check after this. I'm sure they will be though. I also took a delivery of 14 bottles of wine and 3 kegs of beer yesterday. So that's exciting. I'm ready for the weekend. As Hard-Fi would say. Probably too old for most of you. Again, they look for the snipes. Oh, fuck, I fucked it again. I want to watch this. Sorry, I'm too busy talking about fucking Hard-Fi. Okay. Okay, so Jake is lurking in the wars. Just to stop them doing FG. So Twig's looking for it. I don't think he is actually lurking in the wars, by the way. Yeah, he's not. It's a bug. It's a bug. But that fight, Twig blinks on the backline, and straight away Jake turns around and plucks towards him and anks him. So that was Twig looking for the pick. The adjustment's been made by the Bolts where they're ready for it this time. But somehow Twig doesn't go down. Really should be dying there. Maybe the mid-guardian saving him, stopping as many auto attacks coming through. But he'll survive this time. But again, you can see what they were doing. They pulled the show back up to the front. He has to front line. He has to stand at the front and look for picks, look for things to happen. And they look for Twig to wrap around and make a play. So let's see what Twig does this time. Actually, I'm pretty sure this fight has nothing to do with Twig. Forward goes Laspra. Stinger did connect, disengage. Retrieved by Van. He picks it up. I like to see that. Big balls by Van. No Tower Boy in sight. Forward he will go. Snipes. Netrioid only. Oh, he does. He hits Laspra. The overhead kicks the 2 at least, but he got hit so hard. FG pulled. But they've taken way too much damage on their front line. If you got 2 people half while the whole enemy team's full HP, you're never going to win the fight afterwards. Big man kills 1. Jake's stuck in here. He's going to die. Forward goes Variety. They chase forward. No way out for Barra and co. And that ends up being the game. Yeah. Had to go back a little bit a few times there to hit the team fight bits I wanted to hit. I'll watch this properly. Down, Laspra will fall, and Twig and Variety kill Van as well, and that's the game. Kings, interesting comp, interesting playstyle. I really like the idea of trying to split your Vamana away from the enemy Ankh. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, and it's hard for the bolts to avoid that with the comp they've picked. Maybe they could have swapped one of these Phantom Shells out for an Ankh, or maybe then the Kings would have played differently. But yeah, I think they should have. I'll say I think they should have. Hard to predict that, I guess. But if you can just, if the AMC, the Vamana goes on the AMC and he just anks him and kills him on his own, that's going to be tough. That is going to be tough. Okay. Look at the player details in the end. 35k damage from Mr. Netroid. 37k from Ven, topping the charts. A lot of that's going to be poke. A lot of the Netroid damage was poke as well, but much more effective poke, I guess. 32 wards, Samuel Harris. Did he have a ward chalice? Can we see that? Probably not. I don't remember him having a ward chalice. That's a lot of warding. Good job. 29 from Jake, so not too far off. Just say squelch. We're squelching. But yeah, I think that's it. This was a bit all over the place. I need to practice these clearly. Maybe I'll do another one this weekend, 1 or 2. So yeah, let me know if you're watching this after Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let me know if there's any games in particular you would love to see me do, and I'll take that on board and ignore it and do whatever I want to do anyway. No, I might do it. I'll probably do it. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a great Friday and a great weekend ahead, and I will see you at the streams this weekend. Bye.